Welcome to Andy Nicole's podcast. Please like, share and subscribe.
Welcome to Andy Nicole's podcast. Press like and subscribe.
Welcome to Andy Decodes. Sit back and enjoy as we dive deeper down into the rabbit hole and into the unknown.
Hello, welcome to today's show. We have a full crew. So I've got myself, Nicole and Tommy. I'm so nervous.
That's because you're not in the holiday spirit right now. You're the only one not wearing.
Oh no, I am. I've
Where's the
got
jumper, man?
a broken hat.
Oh, that's cool.
I can put it on my head, but I have to like stick it into my head with a broken plastic. Fuck it. So we can do that. There we go.
Yeah, you have to wear that, man.
Christmas crown.
Yeah.
Yes.
That'll last about 30 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
It looks good though, man.
Do it for the thumbnail.
Look at this shirt. You
Right.
can't get worse than this shirt, surely.
I got
There's no wrong
lights.
with that.
I got earrings. I got Christmas trees.
She's done the full works.
Yeah, it's cool.
I've just been stressing about today, that's why. I have actually got, oh, it's not on. We have like your shirt, I've got like a brown duvet cover that's similar pattern, but it's in like brown and beige and like creamy
Get it.
colour. I could have just wore that, couldn't I?
Wear it like a cape.
Yeah.
I could climb inside it.
Christmas
Sit
snuggie.
there, I'm like,
That'd be cool.
right. So, for those that don't know, we don't have a guest tonight. It's a Christmas special. We're going to be talking about topics and subjects that were given to us on Wednesday. So, Tommy's going to be talking about Lord of the Rings. No, Inner Earth.
Yeah.
Nicole's talking about alien species, and I'm going to be talking about dog-headed people or bipedal canines, werewolves, dogmen, whatever you want to call them. So it's all good. On the plus side as well, I spoke with Paul Bartholomew. He's going to be coming back on in just over 2 weeks. It's a Sunday the 14th of January, around about the same time. I might do it a little bit earlier just because it's a school night. And yeah, so he's back on in 2 weeks. So hopefully, fingers crossed.
Hopefully with no technical difficulties.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's all good. Right. Anyone want to start? Don't all speak at once.
I think that was you volunteering to start.
I seen Tommy move first.
Do you
So.
want me to go first? Because I've probably done the least research, probably.
No, you definitely haven't.
Who's going to be the shortest?
Get me out of the way.
Well, we can do what we'll do a bit each, and we'll just keep going round. Yeah,
Cool.
rather than just solid on one, solid on it. We'll just do bits and then mix it up like that.
Cool,
All right,
cool.
Thomas, when you're ready.
Hollow Earth, Inner Earth, I find it all very fascinating. There's so many possibilities. I don't think our scientists actually know what is in the middle of our Earth today. I don't think there's ever been a concrete. They sort of guess, but we've never been there, so we don't know what's there. So the possibilities are endless. I think there's possibly a lot more going on underneath us than we.
Do you think then it's more like an empty center? I don't know what you like, a void. So there's no Earth core. It's more like it is actually hollowed out, and there's like land inside the Earth. Or do you just think it's like tunnels and caverns and caves?
Yeah, I think it's a bit of that, and I think it could lead to another.
Everything.
Yeah, I mean, have you heard the Admiral Byrd?
Love it.
Admiral Byrd, which I find fascinating. One of the first things that sort of dragged me into this sort of stuff. The fact that he's gone to Antarctica, flown into into Earth, and had meetings with possible alien races, and found Greenland and another world basically under there. And I find that super interesting, man. I do think there's a lot going on. I've talked to people that have worked in the military and stuff like that that say that they've seen secret underground tunnels and seen like sort of entrances to things that we don't know where it leads. And I find it very interesting. Like, what's the airport in
Denver?
Denver Airport.
Yes.
You don't even have to say what airport. You just say, what's the airport? It's
the
Denver.
Weird airport. That's it. The weirdest airport that I really want to go to.
Yeah.
Obviously, that's got a lot of talk. There's so much going on there. But I spoke to some guys that worked for the military underneath there, and said that they saw an entrance to what looked like a sort of a futuristic train station sort of thing, which is which is really cool.
Just on that point, so Denver Airport has the new one, because there's another one about 40, 50 miles away or something, like the original one. This one has got state-of-the-art luggage mechanism all underground, and it's so many square miles, yet it doesn't work. So is that an excuse? Is that an excuse to make these tunnels and connect to wherever?
Yeah.
Because
I mean, a lot of people talk about hidden tunnels all over America, all over the world, that it's all connected. So some people say that there's, obviously this is, I don't know, but some people say that there's a tunnel that goes from London to New York or whatever underneath. I mean, that'd be amazing if it is true.
I know there are tunnels that go from England right the way across Europe. That are average about 2,000 miles. They may be longer.
Well, supposedly there's tunnels that connect Europe, America, East Coast, West Coast, everywhere, and that the elites use to travel quickly when they need to get somewhere.
Isn't the one like in the US that links the East and West, and you can get there's an underground train that you can do it in like 90 minutes or something?
Supposedly. But there's also supposedly one over to the UK too, like under the ocean, which I don't know if I believe that one, because it'd be pretty hard to build anything under the ocean, but I don't know.
But then how deep is the ocean? Do we really know that?
That's another point.
We only know 20% of our ocean. I don't know how they know that as well, but
I think they know more than what they're letting on, and they're saying that they don't know.
Yeah, for sure. Well, they say NASA was really looking into the sea, and they found some stuff that they were like, "Whoa, we better stop." I don't know. That's just another conspiracy theory that's out there. But
on the Denver airport topic and the Hollow Earth, did you see the map that they put in Denver Airport?
No,
it's like an art piece, and guess what's where the South Pole is? A gate. And they're like, "Oh, is this some kind of like hidden clue?"
Yeah,
because all the paintings that are there, it's got like zombie Nazis with kids running about picking flowers, but the kids are crying. And they're all like,
it's full of
good and
weird
bad in the picture. It's just proper messed up.
Yeah.
But the horse outside, they call it Blucifer. It lights up blue. You can see all the veins and all that running through it. I think it's 60 foot tall, something like that.
It's huge, yeah.
Yeah. When the guy who was making it he was carving it out. Apparently, part of the leg fell off and it stuck in his upper thigh and went straight through his artery and he bled to death.
Yeah.
So,
Man, I mean, yeah, I heard that. Yeah. Crazy, man. There's so much weird stuff with Denver Airport. There's so much.
Mhm.
I've talked to people as well that have heard a lady in Tennessee that she was like in the middle of nowhere in Tennessee, and she could actually like feel and sort of like she described it. She'd lay in her bed, and like her legs would move like there was something going on underneath, and she described it as a train. So I mean,
yeah. Well, if you look like obviously in like the UK and New York, like we was talking the other night about the subway, and you've got the underground in London. I know these other countries that have got them, I think Amsterdam and that, but you've got places like CERN and there's another one, can't think of the name of it. They've got all these underground facilities, plus all these underground bunkers that was built at the beginning of the Cold War. What else have they built with the technology that they have that we have no idea about?
Yeah, for sure. I was telling you guys as well, my mum lives in France and she lives 40 minutes away from CERN. She's really close to CERN.
We need to go and visit your mum.
Yeah. Well, she knows people that work there. I think she knows 3 people that work in CERN.
Yeah, you were saying.
And obviously it's like a little, it's like a little town in there. There's shops in there. There's all sorts. Like, obviously, I said I'd love to talk to them and find out a little bit more about what's going on in there.
Yeah,
but
that was it. Sorry, that other place is Dulce in New Mexico. I couldn't remember the name of it. Sorry, didn't mean to butt in, but
my mum, she listened to, I think the last time we all talked together, this came up as well. We was talking about this as well. And she said where she lives now in France, she's never known what it is, but she feels that same sensation that lady in Tennessee was feeling, like a movement underneath. And like they describe it, if you're looking at your bed, you're in bed and you're looking at your legs, you can see them sort of move into the rhythm of like a train going on. It's really weird.
Oh, right.
It's interesting, man.
Right.
So I think there's a lot of stuff going on. Some people say that cryptids possibly come from Middle Earth. Some people say Bigfoot, Dogman. That's where a lot of these things could come from. Possibility. Is there some sort of, I believe that there's portals around and stuff like that. So
right. So if well, I'm not saying if. So now you have to answer. So at this moment in time, doesn't matter about 2 weeks ago or what you're going to think in 6 months' time. What? Sorry, I just really comment. It's my ears. What do you think Middle Earth is? What do you think that, if it is what you're saying it is, what is your belief now at this moment?
Right now, I like to think that, like the Admiral Byrd story, I like to think that there is. Sorry, you did that little head wobble there and it got me.
Yeah.
I like to think that there is a world like that there is other. I don't know if it's another world where people like us are, or it's just a completely different race of people. I find it super interesting, and I think there's a lot more. As I always say, there's a lot more to this world, and there could be more. They might all wear little Christmas hats like that.
Comment section never disappoints on this show.
No.
So yeah, I think there's more stuff. I think there's stuff going on underneath.
Yes. All right then. So, question. So when Admiral Byrd come back and he'd logged everything, and I've watched interviews and seen the drawings and descriptions of everything. He said beyond the ice wall there are more continents. So does he mean beyond the ice wall, as in this is going to get everyone flat Earth, or beyond the ice wall you go through Antarctica into this other land, and this is where the continents are?
Yeah.
Down the ice hole.
The flat Earth obviously some believe that past the Antarctica, there's possibly other lands, other worlds. That's a possibility as well, I guess. Antarctica's fascinating. There's so much to that, obviously, that we don't know, that they don't tell us. I'd love to get into that as well.
Yeah. Right. We're going to do the questions in a bit, as we've all discussed. Do you want me to go next, or do you want to go next, Nicole?
Go ahead.
Me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Right. So my topic is dogmen, dog-headed people, so on and so on. So I have done some research today. And I have got this. So if it looks like I'm not looking at the camera, it's because I'm reading off the screen. So the first one is St. Christopher, as he is depicted as having a dog head or dog's head. So he was reported to be of an enormous size with the head of a dog instead of a man. He and the unit were later transferred to Syrian Antioch, don't know, where Bishop Peter of Attila baptized him and where he was martyred in 308. So, but then I've got some other stuff about the understanding of the dog-headed icon of St. Christopher. So the icon of St. Christopher is one of the most astounding images found in the Orthodox tradition, showing a dog-headed warrior saint. It conjures fantastical stories of werewolves or of monstrous races from Pliny's Edge of the World. Because all the difficulties it presents, the icon was prescribed in the 18th century by Moscow. So I have also, when I find it, I've got an image of what he supposedly looks like, and just uploading it because I forgot to do it. So this is so obviously that's him on the right hand side, the one with the shield and the dodgy looking moon boots.
Interesting.
They look like they're furry boots.
Uggs,
Yeah,
the original version of Uggs. Oh, I'm not wearing that. It's it. Everyone's taking the mickey and it's doing me head in.
Ooh.
What?
Keep it on, Andy.
He's sticking me head. So they said
good,
like
man.
he was of enormous size, but Monkman at the side of him is the same height. Was he a giant as well, or?
Maybe it's perspective.
Yeah.
Or, they couldn't fit them both in the frame.
Yes. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, but also in the Roman Catholic Church, the feast of St. Christopher was suppressed entirely with Vatican II modernization, though he continues to be one of the most popular saints in Catholicism. His image adorning the dashboard of cars all over the world, is it? I believe understanding St. Christopher and his iconography. No, I can't read tonight. Can't read any night. Iconography is of prime importance today, and hopefully it will become clear why as we travel through the Bible, tradition, and that word, to see if we can decipher the saint who is such an affront to modern sensibilities. So,
Okay, then.
there you go.
Good job. That was a lot of research.
It is
More
hard work.
than me,
There's
man.
more. There's more. I'll be here all night. And it will get too religious. So, yeah.
It's weird that when you're like dog, man, werewolf, you go religious. Like,
Yeah.
that just has to do with the Bible.
But do you know, I've never read the Bible. I'll hold my hands up. We had to do bits in school and that. Like I said, I went to Sunday school, but I only went for the biscuits, as stated before. And I was never been interested in it. I've never been interested in religion or anything like that. I'm not thinking bothered about saying it. It's just not my thing. But a lot of people, especially when it comes to like cryptids and all that kind of stuff, a lot of people check the Bible, check book, whatever, page, blah, 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 chapter, and it states that these different things were seen or was documented. Well, all these other people were in the travels, but how much of that has been lost in translation due to these are all different? I know these are all different Bibles, and there's like, is it St. David, and then you've got the New Testament, the Old Testament. It's been translated into a million different languages, some languages that don't even exist anymore. So how much of that is like, oh, we need to fill that bit and it doesn't make sense, and they've just got a scholar, or because that's what it was at the time, they've got a scholar to write something to make it some sensibility about it. Do you know what I mean? So how much is it actually? How much of it is actually true? I'm not saying none of it's true, but I don't believe all of it is. And there's a lot of books that are missing. So you've got that as well.
It's interesting with the Dogman, how many different cultures and religions that the Dogman shows up in. Like it's obviously in Egyptian mythology and all sorts. Like it's everywhere. Every culture had it. Like with Sasquatch as well. There's so many like, different names, but they're all describing the same sort of thing.
Yeah. Well, I didn't realise till probably last year that Sasquatch is Native American for Bigfoot. It's the word that they use. And I didn't know that. I heard it on a podcast. I'm like, oh,
I didn't know that either.
I just thought, you know, when you've got to give something a name, and it kind of goes. So I just thought it was that. Didn't think anything about it.
That's cool.
Yeah. But have you heard of the dog-headed people that there was a police car driving past? I'm sure. Oh no, he might have been walking. I'm not sure what year it was. And there's these three dog-headed people smoking, right? And they stood behind the wall. And when this copper or whoever got round, they threw the cigarettes on the floor and they ran off.
How were they smoking? Don't dogs have snouts?
I don't know. But there was like
dogs don't have like lips. How were they?
Right. Well, I have got another story for you. And I heard this on a podcast, and I'll give credit to the people that read it out. It's one called Belief Hole. So these three brothers, Jeremy, John, and Chris. Yeah, and they do a lot of like listener stories and that. And there's one woman, she wrote in, and this is in the US, and she's driving down the road, and she come to a stop sign, lights are on red, and the car at the side of her is like, I don't know if it's a limo, but it's like big fancy car. And the back window went down, and there's like a dog, like an Alsatian, jet black, just sat there. And this woman said, right, that this dog kind of like turned and smiled at her, right? So she thought, right, okay, it's just like, it's getting a bit of air. And then when she looked again, it was like, she could see its arm was like a human type arm because it was resting, the window had gone right down, and it was looking at her. I can't remember the full story, and it was like kind of nodding, and then she could see that it put the window up as the lights changed and it drove off. Now she believes that whatever it was is part of the elite, because this car, whatever this car, it was a Merc limo or whatever, it had a private plate and everything on it, and it was just all tinted windows a lot. So if that is part of the elite, how do we know who is actually controlling the planet?
I don't think we have any idea who's controlling everything on the planet.
Yeah.
So
interesting, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the thing you saw, Andy, isn't it? In the when
the Anubis.
Yeah.
Yeah, that messed my head up for days. That was all I could think about. I was just driving down, and there's a bend in the road. There's a tree. It's, like I said, it's just around this time of year, so all the trees and that were bare, and I could see the high contrast of the colours of this dog thing just stood there. And I'd seen it from like just the abdomen up, and I thought it was all brush and tree bushes and that covering it. But when I went past, about 2 weeks later, there's nothing there. So it hadn't fully materialized, developed, whatever you want to call it. But it was when we made eye contact and I got a message in my head. It wasn't my message, and it was shit, he's seen me. And the eyes, the eye colour was a greeny, yellowy orange. I've never seen that colour before. I can't even tell you what colour it is. That is them three colours in one, but fluorescent. And then it was gone. And I'm just driving along. I'm like, what was it? Did I see it? And I'm constantly, for like 10 minutes, I'm like, what did I just see? Did I actually see it? Did I imagine it? Was it really there? And then it's like, how did I get the message? And it just, as soon as I seen it, it was like, gone. Didn't dissolve, didn't vaporize or anything like that. It was just nothing there.
Nick Dave wants to know if you have an interest in Egyptology that perhaps made you see Anubis.
Not really. I've always been fascinated, like with the pyramids and the Sphinx and the Tutankhamun and all that kind of stuff. Like growing up at school, that was a lot of stuff that we learnt about. And obviously the film, The Mummy, and the Mummy, all the Mummy movies, seen them all. And it is fascinating because we weren't there and we don't really know what went on. A lot of it is guesswork.
Mm-hmm.
So I wasn't thinking about Egypt or anything like that at the time. But the way it was stood, it was like, do you know, like bodyguard stand, like in front of the president or the king or whatever, and the like chest out, you could see the definition of the muscle. Couldn't see if it had a legs out because it was face on, but didn't see any teeth. The eyes and the ears like that, just not the side of the head, on top, just a little, like on a pit bull, just little triangles. And when it had like a Doberman, it had a tan mark on that side, and identical on the other side. I don't think it was in uniform, but it was symmetrical. You could put a mirror down the middle, and the markings would be the same. Someone said to me, "Why didn't you get out and have a look?" Are you mad? I put me foot down a little bit. But there's all pig farms. There's a big pig farm opposite, and there's a pig farm just before it. So where the entrance to the pig farm was, that was the start of the woods. And it starts at a point and goes out like along the side of the road, then up the side of the field. It was like that. So it's like the initial point of this. I've been past and I've took photos since, and yeah, not seen anything since.
Interesting, man. When you heard the voice, was it a different voice that you heard, or was it like your voice thinking it, or was it a different voice?
It was in my head. I didn't hear it with my ears. This is the weirdest thing. It's like when I go out investigating and you get that gut feeling, it's like it's time to go.
Yeah.
So I get that. I understand how that works. That's your body's intuition, or your what's it called? Natural instincts telling you what you need to do. But this was, I knew it was being projected from whatever it was that I was looking at.
Was it like your own inner monologue sounding, or like could you hear like a voice in your head?
It was like, didn't have an accent. It was just, shit, you see me. It was a bit of a panic. So, and I was like, okay, what just happened? And it's like, I said 10 minutes before I rang anyone to go, "Oh my God, you'll never believe what I've just seen."
Cool.
Yeah, but I did think that if I was ever going to have a Dogman encounter, I'd be getting chased, or they'd be like American Werewolf film. Not
Yeah.
not
You had a
some
good
half
one,
dog
man.
stood up at a tree that panicked because they seen him. Do you know what I mean? It's still good, but
Scaredy dog.
Did
Yeah.
you say how tall that was? Did you
so
say how
I
tall?
thought it was around about 6.5 foot, because the van that I used to be in is a Ford Transit, and it's the one with it's like 9 foot tall. The back of the van, it's like high top, and it weren't extended wheelbase, but had an extra panel. So
Yeah.
as I'm coming around the bend, I was pretty much eye level. Yeah. So I got out the van, and you got to climb up to get in it, and the eye level was about 6.5 foot. So it must have been at 7 foot, but because it didn't have any legs, because the legs hadn't developed, I don't know if it was stood leg straight or like a dog leg, literally.
Wow.
But it's definitely stood on its back legs. It wasn't on its all fours, because, like I said, you could see the shoulders down past the elbow and that, and then it just kind of like nothing there. But as soon as I got, it went.
That's cool, man. Scary, but cool.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wish I saw more stuff. Like, I mean, we go out investigating and everything, and I've seen like
Yeah.
shadow figures, but like, I wish I'd seen some crazy shit, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I want to see a dog man standing there, or like a Bigfoot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd love
Yeah.
to see a dog man or Bigfoot like
But
that.
then,
Oh.
question for both of you before Nicole goes on to hers, right? So I was having this conversation earlier today. So when we see stuff that either nobody else sees, or we know is it actually there, or is it being projected into our mind and we're seeing it there, like we're using our mind's eye to see what we're looking at?
Interesting, yeah.
So I'm not saying we're imagining it, because that's different. I know what that is.
But you're
But
seeing it
what
on a
I mean
different
is,
level than like a
yeah, so
physical
we're
level.
seeing it, but you're not seeing it with your, I call them looking eyes. You're seeing it with your mind's eye, your third eye, whatever you want to call it. That.
Yeah.
Your pineal gland, your eye of Horus, whatever you name. Are we seeing it with that? And that's why we're looking, and it's been projected to us, and we're projecting it out, and we're seeing it at that point. And that's why other people are like, yeah, there's nothing there. Could it be that?
It could be, but there's been instances where we've been investigating. I know Lisa from my group has seen something, like seen an apparition, and someone else saw the same exact thing. So there's definitely a physical aspect to it too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I believe some are physical. I'm not saying every single one, but a lot. And obviously, people are getting stuff on photographs and videos. I get that. But when you're on your own and you experience something and see something, because where I used to live, I was in the house and a shadow figure walked straight past me, and I'm talking as slow as that. I could have just done that and poked it, and I'm getting a bit panicky, so I'm shouting to the other people in the house, and they're stood there and no one else could see it, and I could see the figure of this what looked like an old woman with a veil and a long black dress. It was translucent, and it just glided past me like that. I'm like, how can no one else see this? We're all stood here. There's 4 of us, and I'm out in the middle of a meltdown because of what was going on, and it just
It's interesting, man. I think it's
was
a mixture.
everybody else. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you go.
Was everybody else who was there like as open to all this as you are? Because I think sometimes that affects what we can like see and perceive too. How open
other people that were there have experienced other stuff that, like with the growling outside the window. There's other people in the house that experience that moving of So there's like a coat hanger with a cardigan on, and it just is hanging on the door. You got them door errors, just the little ones that just hook over the top of the door. It went. So we had the bedroom door open. It come out like that, so you could see it. Stopped, then went back like that, and then we heard a voice saying, "Don't worry, it's okay." And I was ready for climbing out the window. I'm like, "No, I am worried, and no, it's not okay."
Yeah, that doesn't make you feel any better. When it's like, don't worry, it's fine.
I know you not want to live here. So, yeah, there's other people that have had different encounters in that same house, either with me or on their own, but everyone's encountered something in the house.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad I don't live there.
But I do think it's a mixture. I do think it's some of it is to how open you are to this sort of stuff. It's like with kids. Kids seem to have a lot more experiences.
Yeah.
And animals as well. You know, so
yeah. Oh, just tell you a quick one about my cousin. So where they used to live, they had a cellar, but they had it all blocked up. The area in Manchester where they lived, it was built on an old cemetery. So my mum's sister, my auntie, she used to come down, and my cousin would be sat on the floor. She could hear him talking to someone. They had a rocking chair. As she walked into the living room, the rocking chair would be slowing down. And he was about 2-3 years old.
Wow.
So, yeah.
That's a pretty cool experience.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I've had stuff happen to me in that house as well. So, yeah.
You're just a magnet for it everywhere you
go. Yes. Yeah. So, yeah, that's me. So, Nicole.
Interesting, man.
So I have species of aliens. So I was doing some research, and do you know who Stephen Greer is?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So he, if anybody doesn't know, he's the founder of the Center for the Study of Extraterrestrial Intelligence. He's done a lot of documentaries and a lot of research. So according to him, there's about 60 to 70 documented, cataloged species of aliens. The main ones that we always think about are the Greys, who supposedly have like the most interaction with the human race. There's the stereotypical little green men. There's also goblins, these little goblins that are like with the pointy ears and everything, and they're supposedly aliens too. I know there's some debate on what they actually are. And then you have I'm gonna call them Nordic aliens because I can't say the other word, the P word. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Palladium? Is it?
Yeah, you can't say it either.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's two. 3 of us can't say it. That's a good show on its own, isn't it? Yeah.
And supposedly those ones are aliens that can kind of commingle with the human race and just kind of walk about because they just look like tall Norwegian men, all blonde and tall. And then we have the reptilians, who were supposedly ruling everything in the whole world. You know, the Queen was supposedly a reptilian. Joe Biden, I don't know, they have a ton of people who they accuse of being reptilians. And then there is the debate on whether or not cryptids were they from the inner Earth, or are they from outer space, another dimension? So they're on the list too.
Yeah. I think I might have had an encounter with a Nordic one.
Did you?
Ooh, yeah.
All right, let's hear it.
Well, I sent Albert Rosales was on. He's been on a few times, but he asked me to write out and send it to him. So people have heard it before. I know people in the chat are going, "Oh, not this again." But at least I'm not talking about helicopters yet. So I was in a shopping centre, and I was with the people that used to live in the I call it the Skinwalker house because of everything went on there. And we stood, it's like a crossroad. So one of the main entrances into the shopping centre is in Milton Keynes Shopping Centre. Oh, nice one, Rob. Thank you. BMR Rob. Cheers, mate.
Wow.
Merry Christmas to you too. So as you go in, there's a McDonald's on the right, there's a bank on the left, then it opens up and it's 2 rows of shops with bits like so you can go through from one end to the other. At one point, it's the biggest shopping complex it's the biggest single floor shopping complex in Europe when it's built in the 80s. Anyway, so it was middle of summer, it was dead and it was so busy. It was like Christmas busy. And you've got the little stores, so you got the guy who's doing Sky TV, you got someone doing mobile phone cases and all that kind of stuff. So we're stood in the middle and we thought, right, we're gonna have McDonald's. So like, and it was pretty busy, and it was before they had the touch screen, so you can do the self order. I was like, right, we're all debating what we're having. I always have the same thing, but I was waiting for everyone else. So while we stood there chatting, I looked up and there's 2 blokes with beards. All I can picture now is the hairy bikers. Do you know who they are, Nicole?
No.
So they're 2 guys, they're chefs or cooks, and they drive around, they're on motorbikes, and they go around the country and different places around the world, and they go to like these little villages and that. They find out what their local dishes. They try, and then they'll either try and make it themselves or they'll make something similar with the same sort of ingredients. So they do that, and they're only average like 5.5, 6 foot tall. One's a little bit taller than the other. Yeah, so they got like the long, scraggly hair, big beards, and that, and like biker
Lovely
guys.
bikers.
Yeah. So they were stood. So McDonald's on my right, and they got the Sky Place. Oh, nice one, Joe. Thank you. So they were stood like adjacent to where McDonald's and the Sky kiosk was, and it was really weird. And then I just noticed there's one person stood like in front of them, like they were talking to him, and it was a female with the whitest, clearest skin you've ever seen, with bright white hair. You're like platinum coloured hair, but more white. It was really short cropped. She was tall, and she had. So on my phone, where you can see the Facebook blue, her eyes were that colour, like crystal blue.
Wow.
And I'm like,
wow.
When you just see something and it's like completely out of place.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like mesmerized. I'm like, what? You're not supposed to be here. And that takes me back to that dream I have with the bloke who says to me, what are you doing here? You're not supposed to be able to see this. But that's a completely different thing anyway. So I'm looking, I'm like, when you just like, wow, it was one of them moments. It's like you're trying to register what's going on. And you could see she was talking to someone. I just presumed she was with these 2 guys because there's kind of stood in a little circle. There's other people there, and it was mad busy. Anyway, someone said something to me about going in Mackey's to get something. I'm like, yeah, whatever. I turn around, they're gone, all 3 of them. Now, where I was stood, they would have had to pass me to get out, go into McDonald's, and then on the other side of that corridor bit, there's glass doors that went out into an open bit where you can go outside to eat. I would have been able to see them in there, or they'd have been walking west or east, or directly behind me.
Wow.
And no one there, couldn't see him. And this woman was touching 7 foot. She was the tallest person that I could see.
Yeah.
That gives you that kind of uncanny valley thing where it's like it's human, but like something's off.
Yeah.
It was, but they didn't make eye contact with me. That was a weird thing as well. I'm like proper staring, like that woman with the dog thing staring, because I couldn't register what I was looking at. I knew what it was, and I knew it wasn't human. But it's like, why is it here? Why are you in a shopping centre? I didn't get it.
Yeah.
Was there other people reacting as well? Could you notice other people like looking like
everyone else is just going about doing the shopping, and there's only. But that's happened. I think that's happened a few times with stuff I've seen. I've been in busy places and seen stuff, and it's like, is it just me? Am I seeing things? And that's why I keep not so much doubting myself, but doubting what I'm actually looking at.
Yeah, if it's real or not.
So, and that's why I had that conversation earlier on today about, is it projected into my head, and then I'm projecting it out and I'm seeing it there, whether it's there or not, I don't know. But all I can tell you is what I've seen, what happened. But when you've probably noticed, but when I'm telling you what's gone on, I relive it, and then that way you guys get a better understanding of what was going on. And I kind of like, I don't want to miss it. I do go into detail quite a lot, but because I don't want to leave anything out.
Yeah.
I don't want to say, I've seen half of Anubis stood at a tree as I drove past.
Yeah.
You know what? I could have just said that, and it's like, yeah, all right, whatever.
Because sometimes the tiny details can mean so much. That can be like a massive thing. So when I'm talking to people about paranormal experiences, I want every single detail. So that is perfect.
Yeah.
Man. I think that's the best.
But when I was talking to Albert Rosales about it, he said, "Does you won't believe how many people have seen humanoids in shopping centres, shopping malls."
Well, I'd imagine if they were here, living among us for whatever reason, they'd go about their day, they'd like if you were going to a foreign country, like you'd kind of assimilate and like do your whatever over there, like you would when you're home.
Yeah. It's like when Tony Rodriguez was on the other week, and he was saying that they go out and they do deals and bargaining with all these different races. They've still got to live. They've still got to do what their daily routines and all that. Cheers, Joe. So I suppose they still need to eat and buy clothes and do what they need to. But my thing on that is, where did she go? How was they there then not there? Was that like a time slip, or did I just not see the direct? But I was looking. Do you know like you've lost someone? It's like it's got to be here. There's no way it's got away.
Around.
Yeah. Was you getting a glimpse into another frequency or something like that? Was you seeing like, because there could be a lot going on around us now that we don't know is happening.
Yeah.
And are you sometimes getting a glimpse into that? Possibly, like
into that parallel dimension. Another word I can't say.
Yeah.
There's more words I can't say than I can.
These things just like lead to more questions than they do answers. Like, you saw that. Why did you see that? What was it? Who was it?
Yeah. So, right, we are coming. Anyone got any encounters that they want to talk about? Because we do need a lot of questions about the topics that we're talking about now, and any other that you have.
AMA, ask me anything. Those are very popular on the TikTok.
Yeah.
Oh, I've just signed back up to Snapchat after 2 years. I haven't got a clue what I'm doing. Completely different.
I wouldn't even know at this point.
No, I did.
I don't know Snapchat. I'm on Snapchat.
I'm on all the other ones.
Yeah.
Not on Snapchat.
I only just understand Instagram. And every time I go on it, you got Tommy in the car.
Yeah, I love it. I love Instagram, man.
He lives on it.
Instagram's the one. I like them all, but Instagram's the one, I think.
Yeah. I used to like TikTok, but that's going to be... It's more shorts and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm just going to stick with YouTube, really.
Yeah. There's too many, man.
Yeah.
There's too many.
I know.
Yeah.
I know there is.
And then you got to post to them all, like
I
to keep your
know.
social media presence. I'm like, all right, I got to post this over here on Instagram. Then I got to go to TikTok and make a video, and then I got to post it on Facebook.
Yeah. That's
Too
why I
much.
just do them live on here and just send them to each platform.
That's the way, man.
Smart.
It's stressful. It's stressful.
It is. It's too much. So, when was the last? All right, we've got a few minutes before we go for a break. So this is for Nicole. When was the last time you had an encounter that you can say that was something not normal?
So we did the investigation at the Borland House in Montgomery on the 9th of this month. And I was not feeling well at all the whole time. Something there, I think, was like really affecting me. But I went up to the room we were staying in to get something that we left up there. And you know how like when you have the door open, you can kind of see through like the hinge?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so the door was open and there was that gap. And there was a table and a lamp behind there, and the lamp was on. But when I went up there, I swear to God, there was a shadow figure standing there blocking out that light, and it would be impossible for it to be a person because there was nobody in the room, and that lamp was on. So it's not like a weird shadow or anything like that.
Yeah.
The light was directly in that crack.
Interesting.
So that was one of the more recent things that I can't find an explanation for other than I saw it.
Yeah. Tommy?
That's cool. What was the last thing that happened to me? Did I tell you about what happened at my friend's wedding recently? Did I tell you about that?
No. Did he get married?
They got married, which is weird.
All right. Just checking. I think it all kicked off and no one's talking to anyone.
The wedding was fine. It was a great wedding.
Yeah.
But before I was the best man, and my good buddy Joe was getting married, and it was before the actual ceremony, and he needed to go to the toilet. So we was like, okay, we'll go to it. He got married in a church, but there was like the toilet was in a building next to the church. So we had to go out the church and into this building, but it was still like, it still felt like we was in the church.
Yeah, like an outbuilding.
Yeah. And we walked past the disabled toilet and we was going to the men's toilet. And in the disabled toilet, there was something going on in there, really loud. It sounded like someone was on their phone watching some crazy film. I don't know what was going on, but we was like, who's in there doing that? There shouldn't have been anyone else around unless it was the vicar. So we've gone in. We've gone into the toilet. I don't even want to know what. So it could have been a vicar. I don't know, but we've gone in there, and we've done our bit. Come out, and as we've come out, the door to this disabled toilet was open, and we wasn't in the toilet very long at all, right? So it was like quick in and out, and I was like, "Oh, the door's open," and me being me, I was like, "I'm gonna try and get who's ever in there." And I opened the door and I was like, who's in there? Like joking about, not expecting anyone to be in there. And there wasn't anyone in there. But me and Joe both heard something shout at us from inside the bar. And Joe's not really into like the paranormal like I am. And we just looked at each other and we was like, what the was that? We was just like shocked. We couldn't work it out. And he was like, that's gonna be on the podcast, isn't it? I was like, yeah, it is. And that's sort of, I think that's the last sort of weird thing I've experienced. I experience weird things all the time, but that was weird. We couldn't, and it was cool again because he heard it as well. We both heard it. There was definitely nothing in the bathroom, so I don't know. That was strange, man. But we heard a voice say something. Yeah,
very strange. Right. Cool. So, have you two just checked the private chat?
How do I do that? Oh yeah, I see.
Okay.
That's it. Yeah.
Okay. Gotta get the surprise ready during the break.
Ooh.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Right. So please do get your questions in them. Not too many. But yeah.
Ask them all. We'll take as many as we can.
We need loads of questions.
Yeah. Right. So we're gonna do the break now, a few minutes early. But then that'll bring us in time for the second half. So Yes. Are we all ready, guys and girls?
Yeah, man.
Nope.
Ask
Right.
those questions. You have
No.
3 minutes.
See you in 3 minutes.
Eight, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Right, all I'm going to say is I need a bigger studio because I'm fully. So, most important question about the phenomena, Tommy, why have you got about 3,000 hats?
I've got a lot of hats.
They're all lined with tinfoil.
Yeah, they are. I've got more than that as well. That's only some.
Have you?
I've got more. Yeah, they're not my
They're the
DVDs,
one-
by the way. If you can see
Yeah.
what DVDs, they're not mine. They're the
Whatever.
Barbie and all sorts. Yeah, some of them are.
Of course they're not. Right,
The Barbie
so
ones are mine.
who wants to do the first question? I know
Do we tell everybody
Nicole.
what we're doing?
No.
All right.
Right, so do you want to do the first question?
Sure.
So it's from Nickname. Do you think another world within a world are beings, etc.? You can turn your camera off, and then bring it back on.
I then nobody will get to see
Oh yeah, yeah. We'll just do it.
my gray alien.
That's cool, man.
Hey.
I think that there's maybe something at the pole, some kind of portal or to another place.
Oh my god. My head hurts. Go on, your answer, Tommy.
I'm scared, man.
You'll be fine.
Yeah, I definitely think that there's a lot more out there that we don't know.
I think there could be
Oh
all
my
sorts of
god.
things. I didn't last long, did it?
Have some more, you'll be fine.
I think there's I think there's a lot more going on around us that we can't actually see. This is just where I am at the moment. I think there's things going on around us that we can, and sometimes we sort of might get a glimpse into that somehow, like whether it's something to do with how open you are to this sort of stuff, or I don't know.
Yeah.
But there's more out there for sure. 100%.
Okay then. What's that? Stop.
Did you tie it?
No.
So you think then that Admiral Byrd was telling the truth with his logs and all his details?
Oh,
Do you think he was making it up?
and you should have put my pink top on.
I think he was telling the truth.
Yeah.
I think so.
Why'd you put it up?
I think he was telling the truth too, because what would he have to gain from lying?
Yes.
Like, he just looked like a crazy person.
And the thing is, he had a fleet of boats and planes, and he's seen all these weird, colourful animals and plants.
Oh.
Oh my god.
Oh.
My head hurts and it's not this. It's the...
Oh my god.
Oh yeah.
That's
So
funny.
I need to put something up. Need to put the banner up, Joe. There we go. So just before we carry on, do not try this at home. It can be very dangerous and you can actually die.
Yes.
This is for it's for entertainment purposes. We do know that obviously if you have helium and no oxygen, you will die. So
yeah,
this is why we're only doing it when we're answering questions. Because,
or if you inhale the helium directly from the canister,
which
things
you
will
get
shoot out at
shot
you.
across the room.
which we was about to do.
So there we go. And
don't Google it either. Don't Google it.
Yeah,
'cause that'll
don't
put you
Google it.
No.
Nicole Googled it and
Don't do
we
it.
told her she had the bubonic plague. But anyway.
All right, next question.
Oh.
Have any of you experienced deja vu or a time slip?
Ooh.
I think I've had a time slip, and I think it was when I seen the pterodactyl, but also with the UFO going into the portal, because everything. Oh, one woman that crossed the road. It was a man, then was a woman. I think because nothing else was going on at the time, so I don't know.
Imagine if this is the first time anyone's ever watched this and they're seeing this now. For the first time.
Yeah.
We didn't even explain what we're doing, so when you upload this to podcast, they're going to be like, what happened to my audio?
Yeah.
Say that again?
Oh.
Tommy, how about you? You got a time slip?
Time slip?
I don't know about a time slip, but I've had deja vu quite a lot, I think.
God.
I think. The best bit was I think. Oh my god.
Hang on.
Oh.
Whoa.
Nicole, have you had a time slip or? Excuse me.
I haven't had a time slip, but I've had deja vu a lot, like especially with dreams and dreaming about something and then experiencing it later on.
See, I used to have deja vu a lot when I was a kid, but I've not had it. I probably had it twice in the last 5-6 years. Yeah. I don't want deja vu with this and all that. I'm tickled.
I prefer you talking like that, man. Yeah.
Imagine going into work.
You've always got to do this now.
Oh. All right. Right. Next question.
Is anyone else lightheaded, or is it just me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Breathe for a minute.
That's why we need to like just do it for the questions and what have you. Oh yeah, someone's put that Harry. Have you seen the Haribo advert with the 2 coppers? Do you have Haribo in the States, don't you? Little gelatine sweets.
Gummy bears?
You get like, yeah. So you have like
yes, little gummy bears.
Yeah, but these are like different shapes, like, dinosaur ones and like cola bottles and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, I've seen the cola bottles. Yeah, I haven't seen dinosaur ones.
Well, I'll get a bag tomorrow. I'll send them over to you, and you'll be impressed. So there's an advert, and there's 2 coppers sat in a car, and they've got high-pitched voices like this, and someone just mentioned it.
That's a great advert.
Right. So this is from Dogman UK. So he's asking, do you think after encounters were all brought together, do you think that encounters were all brought together for some reason, some other reason? So do you mean your own encounters or different people's encounters have been brought together? Sorry. Oh, right. I'll do this one. We're waiting for Dogman to reply to that. This is from Brian. I've got a good question. Red pill or blue pill? I think most here have had the red one. So, someone enlighten me. What's the red one?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to remember.
That's where you wake up in the Matrix, right? And then the blue one, you go back to sleep.
Ooh.
I think.
I thought it was go back in time or $10 million or whatever. Is it not
the
that
Facebook
one?
Thing?
I think the red one.
Yeah.
Red one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say the red one, but then if I didn't like it, I'd go back and ask for the blue one.
Oh, it's not multicolored.
His face disappeared. I had a little green guy.
I did draw a face on this, but it's very quick. I didn't want to pop it. So, collective, we're all brought together for some other reason, right? So, right. So, so say we're talking about us 3 now. All the things that we've encountered, is that what's brought us together here tonight now? And this is why we're doing what we're doing. Is it pre-written? Is it fate? Or is it coincidental? Hey!
It's backwards.
Yes. I do.
You know what I meant.
Yeah. I do think having these. Oh, yeah. Oh, I've got to refill.
Come on,
hang on.
All right, you refill. I'll answer.
What a little bit.
I think that we were all brought together for a reason. I mean, we all met the same person who introduced us, so we can get on here and act like idiots with Helium.
Yeah, I think that as well. I think Al definitely. I think Al had the red pill.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's a different question. Al had the red.
I was gonna. Oh, it's run out. Oh, brave load.
Al had the red pill. See what was going on and brought us all together.
Yeah, I was going to say what Nicole said. I was going to say exactly the same. Oh, mate.
Yeah.
I can't do this.
You go.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I 1 second.
I do think that we have all brought together from the phenomena. What I think, I'm starting to think now that the phenomena is bringing us all together, and it's using us to publicize it. Does that make sense?
Yes.
If you can understand.
Perfectly.
I've got like this wonderful para family around me that we've all been brought together by, you know, our research and interest in the paranormal. And like, I wouldn't trade them for the world. They are incredible people, and I'm so glad that I met them.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I don't know what I was going to say, to be honest. I'm just missing it. I'm just missing the high.
It's fine. Tonight is just nice. I think it's just fun to do something different. Obviously, be serious about it. Have a laugh, but be serious. And we're not taking the mickey out of the paranormal. We're taking the mickey out of ourselves. So it's different. And use a pun intended. End the year on a lighter note.
Love that.
You know what? When I picked this up out of the box, I thought nothing in it. Then I realised Haley light there. And I just went, yeah, well done, Andy. And just carried on. It's been one of them days.
I hope mine's helium, man.
Like, I think that being able to laugh at yourself and have fun with the paranormal too is really important, because some people take it so seriously. Like, when we go out on investigations, we're laughing like a good portion of the night, and I think that makes paranormal want to like interact with you.
For sure.
I was just going to say, is your voice going to go back to normal? Because that lasted quite a while, that then.
Yeah.
I told you it's basically my voice anyway.
Yeah.
I'm speaking. Plus, I talk really fast.
I keep just taking it down before.
Yeah,
and then
so I just thought we'd do something different, like I said, and have a laugh and not be too straight-faced and be like, well, this is this and this is this and that's that.
Yeah.
One for the road.
All right,
we got to do this one next.
Go on.
Say, do you want a sweet? I think
Who's
that's directed at you, Ian.
Who's going first?
Well, someone asked me to say cookies before. So, do you want a sweet?
Can I do it?
There you go. Next.
Do you want a sweet?
No, thank you.
I'm from America. We say, do you want some candy? We don't have sweets and candy.
Right.
Has anyone else got a headache?
I don't know if it's from the helium or from laughing.
It's just,
Mine's through laughing and wearing glasses, but I can't see if I don't. Right, I'm just looking. Right, I will do this one next. So this is from Dogman, and he is saying, do you think it's all connected? Cryptid, supernatural, paranormal, UFO? There's a lot of thing in here.
I used to think it was all connected. I do think cryptids and supernatural is, and possibly UFO. But when people refer to paranormal, it's more like spirits and that. And as I was saying the other night, I don't think, oh yeah, it is. As I was saying the other night, I think ghosts are residual that just keep, like Stone Tate Theory, going over and over. But spirits are something else, and they are connected, I believe.
But then last week I was thinking they're not connected, but for some reason I'm back to these are they're all coming from the same place. I still believe that, but I still do think that each bit of the phenomena has got its own job to do. So it's connected as to the source, but it's not connected into the reason why they are here. Right. And we need to say thank you to Ogity after Frey. You ready?
Thank you, Ogity.
Thank you.
So my daughter, when she was little, told me once that ghosts used to be people, but spirits never used to be alive. Yes. She told me that when she was like 3 or 4.
Oh, wow.
Because she was using a pendulum and she asked, "Are you a ghost or a spirit?" And I was like, "What's the difference?" That's what she told me.
Yeah.
Wow.
Timothy,
I'd have been moving out and leaving the child at home.
If you see, oh, it's run out already. If you see a light in your house, it's a ghost. If you see it in the forest, it could be a cryptid or something like that. If you see it in the sky, it's a UFO. You know, a lot of these things are similar, but just in different places, and we sort of put them to different things regarding where it's happened. If that makes sense.
Yeah. 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 So, do you think then that they are connected?
I think in some.
I think they're all something that is on like a different plane or a different existence that we can't understand right now.
I don't know what to say.
It could be. I don't know. It's gone. Oh no. It went. As I took it, I lost what I was saying.
Andy, are you sure this is safe?
I ain't got a clue. But you've all signed a disclaimer, so it's tough.
As Nicole said in the chat, we'll be fine.
We gotta live a little, okay?
Right. Rose asked us to say this. I can't say it. Anti-disestablishment entarianism.
Anti-disestablishmentarianism.
Anti-disestablishmentarianism. No.
What?
I can't say it. No.
They were even real letters. That was just made up noise. Oh, the hell?
I don't know what I said. Oh
my God. Right, got some more questions. Yeah, it's good fun though, isn't it?
It is good.
Right, so Ogity is asking me this. Does somebody want to read it out before I...
Andy, how are you getting on with your astral travel?
Well, if you have enough helium tonight, I can float off anywhere.
Do you know what? I've not done it for a while. I've just not had time. I'm just in the middle of sorting stuff out. I do need to get back into it. And here is the face mask that I use. And it's got built-in... It's Bluetooth face mask from Amazon. It has power button. I'll just link it to one of the Alexas that I've got in the house. And then... But whenever I put that on and try and do it, I sleep right the way through. 99% of the time, between 2:30 and 3:30 in the morning, I need to go and use the bathroom. But I always have loads of water and lemonade in that one, like upstairs when I go to bed. So that doesn't help because I'm getting older. But when I put the mask on, and I try and do like I use the binaural beats and the isochronic tones and all that. And Thingy Monroe, Chris Meek sent me the audio clips for it, because you've got certain tones in one ear and other tones in the other. So when I do that, I sleep right the way through, and I don't remember my dreams, which I think is very strange.
So you might be traveling and just not remembering it.
But I'm starting to have dreams of what I used to have like 20, 30 years ago, and they seem more real. So now I'm thinking them dreams were...
I'm starting to think that them dreams weren't dreams. I was actually going to them places, and now it's coming back because I'm trying to practice to do the astral travel.
Because I've been told that I've astral travelled before, but I don't know. I don't remember it, but I've been told that I've done that.
God, that lasted quite a while. I've been told that I've astral travelled, but I don't remember it if I have. I don't know. I'd like to do it. It's something I find fascinating.
Yeah. Have you ever thought of having regression?
Ooh.
I would do. Yeah. Why not?
Joey, shall we all do it?
Let's do it.
Half-life regressions on air.
Sorry? Yeah.
Half-life regressions on air. Get somebody to do it.
Yeah, man.
Live.
Yeah. That would be interesting. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Scary.
Depending on what you did.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. Ooh. Blue's just put a good thing up. I'll share it one sec. I'm on the wrong bit. There we go. So he's saying an experienced astral traveler can come and visit you and pull you out into the realm. Well, I'm off work for the next 4 days, and I'm more than happy to go and visit a few new places. So just make sure I've used the bathroom before we go. No, it sounds stupid, but I'm definitely up for that.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, I think, yeah. I do want to try and learn remote viewing, but I also know I don't have enough hours to practice it.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I think it takes a lot.
Yeah.
To get good at that.
Have you tried any of this, Nicole?
No, I haven't tried astral travel like consciously. I think I've done it when I was sleeping, but not consciously.
Okay. One sec. Sorry, I'm just looking for this.
Sorry. It's something I'd like to do, but it scares me at the same time. Because you sort of hear stories of people doing this, and then sort of, if you don't find your way back, you could possibly die.
Well, you have the silver card, don't you?
Mm.
So it's like it's a connection from you, your soul, that connects you to your physical body. But I do know, and I kind of remembered something the other day about an encounter. Oh, it is today, actually. I thought, oh, I'll talk about this tonight. Not got a clue what it was. Something triggered it. It's like, oh my God.
It's supposed to remind you about the giveaway too.
Yes.
Speaking of forgetting things.
Oh yeah. So right, we've got 2 Salem postcards. I managed to find the other one. They've got that one and that one, and they come with Power Animal Oracle cards
and the Oracle Tarot. So that one is going with that. All colour coordinated more than anything. And obviously the one with the pirate boat ship goes with the other one. So, and the thing is, a few people entered, but only 2 people got the question right.
Gotta Google it before. Google.
What is the question again?
The question was, where's the most active UFO state in the US? You asked the question.
I did. I forgot what it was.
So,
Hey, but I remembered to remind you.
Yeah, so some people put West Virginia, Nevada, Texas,
and
the actual state is California. And I know, I looked it up, and it's been the most active for the last 10 years.
Wow.
So 2 people got it right.
Is that reported sightings? Oh, I think I put that on myself there.
Say that again.
Is that reported sightings?
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah. So, 2 options. Do we give 1 each to the 2 people that have got it right? So you got person 1 and person 2. They're the only 2 that got it right. Do we give 1 to person 1 and then the other 1 to person 2?
I think so. Because they both
Right.
got the right answers, right?
Yes. So the winners are the first one.
You have to, before you announce.
So the first one, as we all know, is Joe the moderator, and this is the last competition she's allowed to enter. Yeah, the friends and family are not allowed. The second one is Simon Riley's missus. I think she's called Karen. I think her surname's Turner. So Karen Turner's getting the other one.
Congratulations, Joe and Karen.
That went a bit weird then. I didn't know if I was putting that voice on or it had stuck or it was actually Helium.
I just did that.
We got a bit worried.
Yeah.
I've got Sharpie all over my hand.
After a while, you don't know what your voice is anymore. That's it.
No.
Right?
No.
I know. I'll go downstairs and they'll be like, yeah, I'll go downstairs and they'll be like, what voice is that? I don't know. But so what else is happening now? Every month, for those that don't know, I'm going to be giving away 5 membership. I think it's a Mothman membership, and from what I can work out, because YouTube leaves you guessing a lot of the time, it will pick 5 random people to give them a month's membership. All I think you have to be doing is watching the show at the time, and it will send it to you. So the next one is going to be, there isn't one next Wednesday yet, but there may be, but I need to work out. Was going to be one, but it might be pre-recorded, not sure yet. But there is one next Friday with Kate Hair Girl Ray. And she goes out investigating with Neil Geddes Ward, and they do all like the fae and the fairy world and the little people and all that.
I wrote it backwards.
Hey.
So it shows up right.
So she's on next Friday. So I think I'm going to be doing the Saturday after, so a week tomorrow, I'm going to do the members monthly chat. So if you want to come on and blah, 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 come in the chat and talk about what we do and how we do it and things you like, things you don't like, different features that we can do coming up next year. Excuse me. But also, starting in February, going to be doing these on the Wednesdays. Sorry, Tommy, but it's the only day I can do it at the minute. We're going to be doing the members only podcast. So Al's said he's up for it. Chris Reinhardt, Preston Dennett, D.A. Roberts, loads of different. I'm just trying to think off the top of my head. I've all said that they're up for coming on, so they'll be on. So it's like we're on now. They'll be on, but they'll be up to 10 people in total on screen or in the chat, so you can speak to that person direct, or you can chat to them direct. But it'll only be for members only, for tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3 to start. Yeah, just to give something back for those that are paying membership each month. I know a lot of people do pay it just to support the channel. I get that and I appreciate it. But yeah, it's just to give a little something back. And there's quite a lot of guests that have been on that are like, yeah, I'll do that. It's only going to be like an hour and a half. It's not going to be the full 2 hours, but it's going to be, I suppose, more up close and personal with the guest. So you can have anything that they're open to talk about. It doesn't even have to be paranormal. It could be, what did you have for your dinner last night? Something like that. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah. That's it.
All right. Back
Right.
to the questions.
Yes.
All right.
Yes. So the next one is, I'm just going to. So this is a good one because we spoke about this. So this is from a baby with a laser. Are DMT beings real?
Ooh, good question.
See, that is a really good question, because that kind of relates to what I was saying before about when we experience something. Is it in our head? Could that be DMT that's causing us to sick? Because we all have DMT all the time. If you was ever to get stopped and tested for your DMT levels, you'd be over the limit. Everyone would be. Every natural living thing, whether it's a plant or an animal, has like DMT overload. So
it's interesting when you speak to people that have been on DMT, and they've had these experiences. Sometimes people like sort of describe the same entities, and I find that interesting. You know, because if it was just in your head, it's going to be completely different to what anyone else is seeing and experiencing. But they all seem very similar. Do you think there's something to that?
But moving on from what you just said, so if we're experiencing the same thing on DMT, then are we living in the Matrix?
Possible, man.
I think there's real something like another plane or another like level of consciousness that it brings you to. Because how else could everybody describe the same thing?
Yeah,
exactly. Oh, sorry. Just letting people know there's new emojis in the chat, because when you get a certain level of new members, you get extra emojis, which I have to make and add, and it's a bit of a pain in the ass, but yeah. Yeah, but because obviously what DMT is, and it literally takes you to another realm. I've never had it. I know what it does. I've watched and listened and like done bits of research on it, so I know how it works and what it does. So is DMT like the next level, or a similar parallel realm as to what we're on now, but it's opening your mind that bit more, so you're seeing. So if they are seeing the same, say 5 people do it and they're all seeing the same cryptids, are they just on the next plane? And that's why they're seeing them. And then if they was to take something else, they'd see the different cryptids, and then they're on another one from that.
Yeah, man.
Oh dear.
I've never personally done it, but it is something that I'm very curious about. I mean, if you listen to Joe Rogan, he talks about it all the time.
Yeah.
He's and he thinks everyone should. He thinks it will save the world if everyone done
It
it.
probably
So
would.
I don't know what he's saying.
Probably.
But it's yeah.
If everybody was high, there'd be less time for wars.
Yes. True story.
Yeah. But I don't know if I ever would do. I don't think my wife would let me do it, to be honest with you. So it's probably out of question for me.
All right. So, question: if you two come to me and said, right, not that they will, because this would never happen. You can do a show on DMT. We won't ban it. We won't thing it. It'll all go out. Blah blah blah. Would you do it? I don't mean on DMT. I'm not talking about. I mean actually have DMT. And then do it. Oh yeah.
Didn't work that time. I would be very. Yeah. I'd have to get permission.
You'd have to.
But I would be very interested in doing it. Just to
I think
see.
it would be important to have like a spotter there, like have somebody with you, because God knows what you're gonna do when you're on DMT. You like jump out a window.
Yeah. But Blue Shift is just put 20 minutes is like 300 years. It's odd stuff. Yeah. I've heard that. Time slows right down.
That's what we was talking about the other day with I don't know if it was on Joe Rogan. I think it was on another show. I don't know if it was Tinfoil Hat. I'm not sure what the show it was on, but one of the guests, I think they done DMT live on the show, and they sort of blanked out for like a couple of minutes and was acting strange. When he came back round, it was a famous comedian, but you can find this very easy, this story.
All right. Yeah.
I can't remember his name, which I'm terrible at names, but he's a big comedian in America. And he said that when he went off into this, wherever he went, he was experiencing, he had a girlfriend there, he had a job there, like it was like a year, like he was there for a year. And he came back and he was obviously well out of it. And then he had this memory of like this lifetime that he was living in just a couple of minutes. Really interesting, man.
But that's like dreams as well. I experienced this again this morning. So my alarm went off and I thought, I can have another 15 minutes. I fell asleep for about 5 minutes and it felt, the dream that I had, I can't remember it. It felt like it was like 10 hours or something.
Yeah.
And I woke up and I thought I was late for work. It's like I still had another 5 minutes. It's very strange.
I've had that. I've experienced that.
Yeah. So that's what I wonder with people like Tony Rodriguez, who, spent 20 years or however long it was. Like, he may have been part of some kind of MK Ultra type program where they were using DMT or some other drug. So he might have been on that other plane of existence or level of consciousness for that time, and it really wasn't any time at all.
Yeah, could have been. But then, technically, time is a man-made concept. So if you're in a different realm, I'm not, because he didn't mention about going to different realms, but if you are in a different realm, then maybe time doesn't exist or it goes at a different speed to where we are now. But because I've heard that people have had like fairy encounters and all that, it's like 1 year or 2 years is like 100 years. 1 year there is equivalent to 100 years here, or something like that. Anyway,
it's like when people have near-death experiences. When you talk to people that have died, passed on, and then come back, some of them explain it as time is nothing, time is gone. Like you can go to any part of, time is just how we see time is just, it's just not how it is on the other side. That's what a lot of people say that.
And if like cryptids are, from some dimension, whatever, what's to say time works the same for them? When people are asking like, well, how is Loch Ness Monster still around? Like it would have died out. Maybe not if time doesn't work the same.
Yeah. And they say that all the dimensions are running like the past, present, and future are all running at the same time. So whatever. So technically, this podcast that we're doing now, we've already done this, so we should know what we're doing. So if that is true, then that goes back to the previous question: deja vu. Is that why we have deja vu? Because we have already done it, just in a different time frame to what we're living in now.
Yeah.
I always think
No,
that
no.
when I'm doing investigations, like, are we talking to people in their time? Like, it's, like a timeline thing. Like, when people are doing like the table tipping and all that, and we're like, tap on the table, tap on the table. And then they're hearing it, during the whole spiritualism thing. They're like, look, the table, somebody's tapping on it.
Yeah.
Who knows? They could think we're the ghosts.
Yeah. Well, I've heard of this is on a podcast as well. I can't remember which one. There's a guy walking past where he works. He's in the US again, and it was a school. And he walked past one of the classrooms, and as he looked in, they're all there like Victorian clothing and everything, and they're all looking at him. He's looking through the window. They all turn looking at him, including the teacher, like he was the one who shouldn't be there.
Yeah.
So then, are they looking at him and thinking, "What the hell? It's a ghost," or do you know? And then he's looking at them, thinking, "This,
It's like
the same thing."
I know. I think we've all seen shadow figures. When you see a shadow figure, you see it, and obviously it's scary to see something like that. And they seem to see you. It's like they're looking at you and they disappear. Are they seeing you and they're sort of having that same sort of moment where it's a bit of fear, and then it's gone? Like similar to how we see it.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Right. We have a couple more questions. Oh, here's one. This is from Sober. I'll let you answer this, Nicole. So he's asking, are any of you going to use helium on an investigation?
I don't think so. It lasts such a short time. By the time I was done doing an EVP, I'd have to have like a whole tank.
The only good thing, excuse me, the only good thing is at least the bottle isn't very heavy. When you're carrying it around, you'll be all right.
Imagine. Oh, it's not even working. It is working. Imagine if they only responded to us talking like this.
That was the way. That was the secret.
Yeah. Oh my god, that'd be so funny.
That would change the game. That would completely change the game.
Yeah, because we're changing the vibration of how we talk. So then, can they now hear us? And they're like, what the hell is going on?
They're like,
Could you imagine if that worked and like you had like a whole
You're outside and they're
paranormal
everywhere.
TV show? Like just based around people talking on helium to ghosts.
oh my god.
Oh,
It could be like the
that'd
next,
be good.
Ghost Adventures as big as that,
No, I wasn't looking at the screen then, and I thought someone had come into your room and was talking. I thought it was a message or something.
Oh,
It was your voice.
oh.
I wasn't looking. I was reading the chat. I didn't. Yeah.
Oh.
Oh my god! Now my head hurts. That's for laughing.
I know.
We hope it's because of the laughing.
Yeah.
All right, I got another one ready. Dogman wants to know, do you think we can manifest things without realizing?
Well,
Everybody's refilling.
It's getting noisier.
I know.
I believe that we can. I have tried to do it. I actually had this conversation today, and I've been trying to manifest things for the last few months. And all I've got is a man woman with a dog. That's it.
That was quite a cool experience, though, man. That was a cool.
Yeah, it was freaky. Yeah. Oh, apparently you had a shadow figure behind you.
Ooh.
Who?
Nicole?
It's because we're talking on Helium. They can hear us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Interesting.
Very, very, very.
That would be cool. Oh, it's not working. That didn't work.
Sometimes it don't work, man.
I know. Right.
I think we can definitely manifest things without realizing it, like our attitudes and how we think about things. You know, it kind of attracts what you're thinking. If you're a really negative person, you're going to attract negative things.
For sure.
Oh, so you know I've got the new video doorbell. I set it up. You can actually see a horizontal light just light up at 3 o'clock in the morning. Let me. You want to see it?
Mm-hmm.
You guys want to chat while I load it up onto here?
Yeah.
I'll do it on my phone. It'll be easier because I can go in one of the other chat room things.
We'll do another question for you, Tommy, then, because this came in when you were talking about Inner Earth, asking for specifics, things about Inner Earth.
It's so difficult because the possibilities. Oh, I should be doing it with this, isn't it?
The possibilities are endless. There's so many possibilities. Specifics of what I think it could be.
Yep.
Yeah.
I like to think Admiral Byrd saw what he said
in the Pacific.
Yeah. I like to think what Admiral Byrd said he saw. I really love that story. I've recently bought his diary, so I'm going to read that soon. I think that's going to be interesting to see him hear it in his words how he saw it. But I would love to. I don't know, but I'd love to know, man. I mean, that is something that's fascinated me for you, especially the Admiral Byrd story. You know, because it seems, you know, there's a lot to it, and very, very interesting. But I'd like to think there isn't.
Sorry, I was just going to say he's too much of a credible person because of how high up in the Navy he was. Yeah. And he said, look, let me take so many ships and planes and everything else with me. And like, yeah, okay. Take what you want.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, man.
Right. Do you guys want to see this video? It might be nothing, but it's like, oh, because obviously it's a new toy, so it's a bit, the novelty is still there. And this was, what time was it? 25 to 11 at night. 25 to 12 at night. So I'll play it now. I don't know if there's any sound on it. If it is, it's one of those horrible things. But anyway. So did you see it? Not the one shooting down. I think that was a rain or a bug, but the one.
Oh, I just saw the one shooting down.
I know. So where you see the fence,
Mm-hmm.
so and then you'll see the cars parked to the right where the street lamp is. Just to the left of that, you'll see a line, just a little horizontal line.
Yeah.
Did you see it then?
Yeah.
It just blinks off and on. That one going down was it's just started raining, so it was either rain or a bug or something. It's obviously it's got night vision.
What is there, Andy? Is there other houses there, or is that just an open space?
So where we are, the street drops down, and then comes back up, so you can see the mountains. But then all that is open. So going out that way, there's a golf course and Sywell Aerodrome. So what they do in the summer on a Friday afternoon, you can see the red arrows and that practicing the flying from there, and like Spitfires and biplanes and all that kind. So all that's open.
Wow, That's interesting, man.
Yeah.
Because it was a quick flash, but if there's nothing, if there's no houses or anything there, that's really interesting.
I know. That's what I was thinking. So, is it? I don't know what it is. I'll play it again. Ooh. So it was that there, and then you see the bug come down in a second there.
Yeah. Is it? Do you get notified when something's been caught, or is that constantly catching?
No, that one I got notified with that one because I was messing about with the settings, and when you're just doing anything just to make sure it works. It was one of them. But that so where you can see the fence and you can just see the tip of the neighbour's shed. Yeah. After that, if you look at in daylight, there's trees and that, but they're right over at the back. So even if it's where the trees are, it's still a horizontal flat. And it just blinks once, and that's it.
Yeah, if you got notified, then it wasn't like, because I'm thinking like it was just like a glitch on the camera or something. But if you got notified that it was motion, then it's not like an internal thing. It was an external thing. Yeah, so the two notifications I get is someone's actually pressing the doorbell, and the other one is, tell you what it says. You got front door, and it's a picture of a person. So basically, it's that. So you get like a picture of a person when it's motion, and then a picture of a doorbell at the bottom when someone's actually pressing it.
Because if it was like a bug or something like that, it'd be going off all the time, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's kind of Yeah,
I think they're kind of programmed to not go off for like bugs and everything like that, because otherwise you'd be getting notifications every 3 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, well, Simon's just put, there's a few flashes behind where it says blink. I'll just put it on again. Didn't notice that.
Interesting.
Oh, yeah.
It does look like it could be like a flash of something like super quick.
Yeah. But it's just, it's when it blinked. It could have been something going across, but it picked it up. But that's not, it's not doing like jolted frame. It's solid. I think it's full HD. It's not 4K or anything like that. I think it's just 1080. So
that's cool, though.
I'm just going to keep my eye on it. I've positioned it proper. It's fixed to the wall now, whereas before I just had it stuck on the door frame. So I'm going to link the iPad to it just so I can get better size screen on it. But it's just strange.
Yeah.
Because it's not picked anything else up like that either.
Yeah.
So where you see that fence, that's a path. So people are walking up and down all the time and it's constantly going off. So I mute it for like 8 hours while I'm in bed. But then obviously I leave it on while we're out and at work. Like say we had a delivery and DPD just dumped it at the front door and walked off. Like, yeah, cheers, mate. So it was one of them. But and that was the main reason we got it. So we can keep an eye on stuff as well. And obviously you can see me van in the car and what have you on the right hand side. But it's just that one little blink, and that's what I mean. It's like I wasn't looking for anything like that. It just popped up. So
you've only had that for a few days, haven't you?
I got it last weekend, but I didn't actually do anything with it until I fitted it. What day is it? I fitted it Wednesday. Like I said, I put it on the door frame. And my drill's crap, so I had to borrow one of the neighbours. So I borrowed it. I had to drill 2 holes, and then I've drilled it to the wall. And it's properly mounted. So,
already caught something, man.
I know, and that's a good thing because when it does it, it saves it. So then it's like then you get the option to download it as well. Then, so I'm hoping it picks up some more stuff.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah. I know, yeah. So, yeah, whatever that was, I don't know. You guys can be the judges of that. Still got a couple more questions. And this one is from UFO Joe, who's just going. Happy Christmas, Joe. Hopefully you'll be back next week. So his question is, what I always ask when I hear about shadow, did it have limbs or just head and contour? Nicole.
The one that I saw at the Borland house, I could see its head, I could see like a shoulder and an arm, and then like a lower torso, but it was all like kind of one blob. It didn't have like very defined features.
Yeah.
The one I saw upstairs at my house, I don't remember seeing legs. I only remember seeing like the hat, and it was like a side profile of the face, and like the upper body. But I don't know if I actually looked for legs. I was very, very tired at the time.
But did you not find that? Do you only see it in your peripheral, and then when you turn, it's not there, or is it in front of you?
The one I saw in my house was like directly in front of me. I stared at it for like several seconds, and I was like, nope, not today. But the one that I saw in Borland was kind of like out of the corner of my eye. Like I knew what I saw, but I didn't look straight on at it for like an extended period of time.
Yeah.
When I've seen shadow figures, I think I broke my balloon. I'm going to try and do it again in a second. When I see shadow figures, they are straight in front of me. When I've seen things in the corner of my eye as well, but I've seen shadow figures like straight in front of me, and they're like in a dark room, darker than the room. Like, so they're like, and I can just see the around them and the whole shape of them.
See, the ones that I seen, I'd be sat at the sofa watching TV, and I'd see him like the left and the right of the TV unit, and they'd just be like, just messing about, not just being idiots, if you know what I mean. Do you like not dancing, but just moving around? Yeah, and then I'd be like, oh, please, can you just give it a rest? I'm trying to watch TV. And it'd stop for a bit, and then it'd start up a few hours later until I was like at the point, look, just give it a rest, go somewhere else. Just want a bit of time on my own. I don't want any of this going on at the moment. And then it'd stop for a couple of weeks, and then it'd come back again.
Interesting, man. I think they're trying to get your attention, trying to get you to.
Yeah, but for what? But then when that was the house where I had the UFO outside observing me, I pulled what I think was an implant out of my nose, the growling outside the bedroom window, I seen the pterodactyl when I was doing night watching, the cardigan swung up, shadow move right across in front of me, disembodied voices, full body apparitions running down the stairs and going around into the kitchen. Everything was going on at that house.
What did you do with the implant you pulled out of your nose?
1 second.
I thought you were going to get it then. I was going to pull it out.
But he like kept it in a little jar or something.
So what I did, I pulled it out my nose and I put it on this bedside unit. And I know my hand was covered in blood, because you know when you can smell it.
Mm-hmm.
I put it down, but I was that tired, I needed to go back to sleep. But I'll check it out in the morning. Anyway, next morning, nothing. And it was. So, see the end of the balloon? The thickness of that, like the bit where you tie it, is about as thick as that in total, and probably about that long, about a centimetre under.
And it was metal?
No, it was white and it felt plasticky.
Oh. That's so weird.
Yeah. And the only operation I'd had at that point was when I was 6. I'd had my tonsils removed and they'd done my adenoids as well. And that had been 29 years prior to me pulling this thing out my nose.
But if it was something physical and from that, like, where would it have gone? Like in the morning.
I'll put it down and I'd move the next morning.
Mm-hmm.
Because we didn't have carpet on the floor, we had floorboards and then like rugs and like little, you know what I mean? Like
the area rugs.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I moved them and checked like between the floorboards because it wasn't laminate, it's like proper floorboards. I checked under the unit I moved everything. Spent like 2-3 hours looking for it, nothing. And my hands were clean. I know I didn't get up in the night and wash my hands. And when you get a nosebleed, you can smell the blood and you can taste it.
Yeah.
Things like that. And I got no blood on the pillow, nothing on me, nothing. Don't know what happened.
That's either like the world's most vivid dream, or they came back and got it and cleaned up all the evidence.
Yeah. Well, I definitely pulled that out of my nose because I had an indentation. It was the left nostril. I can still feel the indentation there. And this was about 8 years ago ish.
Wow.
But that was around the same time I seen the plasma UFO dropping plasma balls, and I seen the invisible monkeys climbing up the tree. I didn't see them, as the case may be. There's just all sorts of stuff.
Oh my God.
And that was all that happened in 4, maybe 5 year period. But it was constant. It wasn't just one thing. It was one after the other, after the other, after the other.
See, I think it's funny too, the questions in the chat, how a lot of the stuff pertains to like what we talked about in like our group chat. Because we have the DMT thing.
Yeah.
And there's another one in there. Like we were just talking about this stuff.
Yeah.
So maybe there's more psychics in the chat than they realize.
Yeah. And then, I was going to do this next one from Blue Shift. And he's asking, question for all, Mandela effect, thoughts. What was we talking about off air the other night?
Yeah.
That's the one I was just looking at that made me think that. I was like,
yeah.
Wow.
I sent a video in the group chat we have about Mandela effect, like last night. And it was some woman who like looked into the whole Fruit of the Loom cornucopia thing. And she found something that had the cornucopia on it, and she found like a patent from Fruit of the Loom for the cornucopia logo. So it was like a theory that it was a whole, kind of conspiracy by the government to see what they can get people to believe.
Yeah.
I've definitely broke my balloon, by the way.
Oh, so do you think that the Mandela effect is a dimensional shift, or are we being reprogrammed to think it's something else, or could it be something else completely different? You have to do it straight from the canister, Tommy.
I'm scared to do that, man.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've got another balloon anywhere.
You just have to do it gently with the rubber sleeve.
I'll
try it. Right.
Comments are going to have a field day with that one.
Because as I was saying to you two, when I was testing it this afternoon, I pinged the sleeve. So there's a rubber sleeve there, so you just, and it comes out. You leave the tap on. Something shot across the room. I could have had that in my mouth and exploded.
Mm-hmm. Well, the first one I tried to blow up, it popped the balloon because it came out so fast.
Yeah.
But I didn't have the balloons then. I found the balloons like 7 minutes before we came on air. And I said to you, I went straight to where I thought he was, and he was actually there. That's never happened before.
That was your like spirit guides, guardian angel saying, "Do not inhale this directly from the canister, or you will die."
Pretty much. Yeah,
I feel like I just burnt my finger on it. Is that possible?
Yeah, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got it back up.
There you go.
say hello to Neil.
Hello, Neil.
So,
Hi, Neil.
yeah. Mandela effect. I know this is a real thing because I've said it a few times on air. I remember being at school, 1987, 88 maybe. Mandela died in prison because the lad that used to go to school with Paul, he was going on about it for days. I don't know why, he just seemed a bit obsessed about it. And then about 8-9 years ago, it came on the news that Nelson Mandela died. And even as I'm watching the news, I'm like, is this something are we watching a program that's showing us stuff from like back in the day? And I pressed the channel information. It was like, no, it was like live news. I'm like, he died years ago. What's going on? And straight away, got the laptop, started looking, and there's no evidence that he died in the 80s. But he did, because I remember watching it. I remember watching the funeral and all the processions and everything that went on with it.
Do you think they're doing it to sort of
mess with our heads?
Mess with our heads and see how far they can push us. See how much they can
What
throw
get out
there
of us.
that we'll just accept.
See, that's what this video made me think. But then you have people who have like the Berenstain Bears books from their childhood, and it says Berenstain Bears. I mean, how would the government have gotten to and changed that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She did make a very good case.
He says, Luke, how's your father? Or something like that. And it definitely says that in Star Wars, but apparently it doesn't say that.
Has
It
anyone
says,
seen
no,
that
I
one?
am your father.
Yeah. Is that actually what it says?
Yeah, it says, no, I am your father.
I've always thought it was Luke.
Mm-hmm. Everybody did.
Yeah.
What's going on there, man?
But as well, when I was over in America, I found Chick-fil-A and it's the greatest food place ever. And someone said that the Chick-fil-A is spelt different. It's a C-H-I-C-K, where it used to be C-H-I-C or C-H-I-K. I found the receipt because I kept all this, because I got a few bits from Broadway and that and put it all together. So it's like a bit of a memory box. And I found the receipt from the Chick-fil-A that I had, and it's spelled how it's spelled now. And I'm like, no, I know it was spelled C-H-I-K and not C-H-I-C-K. But the receipt's all faded and everything, but it's like nearly 5 years ago. So I don't know how have they changed the receipt that I had packed away in a memory box.
That's the only reason that I can't think that the government would be like doing some kind of experiment, because how would they change all that? There's no way. So I gotta think the alternate dimension thing.
Yeah.
But then what if it is a glitch in the Matrix and that's doing the shifting? Like, say we are like Sim City and they just reprogram it. So then what you see as what we see on paper and that is completely different to what it was. And we're like, oh, well, yeah. And just go on with it.
Oh, it's getting louder.
Sorry.
Some people who have found like remnants of these things, like that girl who found an old shirt with the cornucopia logo on it. So there is supposedly some things that didn't get changed.
I was actually going to call this Propane Nightmares. But obviously that's a thingy, innit? Album and title, whatever. That's funny. That is funny. Hi, Adam.
This is a popular request. You keep unstarring it.
So, sorry, that one.
Yeah.
No, I can't sing.
Sing a song.
I can sing in my van when I'm at work and I'm on my own and the stereo's blasting. I'm in the middle of nowhere and nobody can hear me. Then I can sing. But
We've had about 3 requests for a Christmas carol.
I know.
I'll try.
I don't know the words.
What song?
Told you. I never read the Bible. They're all
Jingle bells,
religious
Bigfoot
related.
smells.
Should we try a bit of that? Bit of Jingle
Mothman laid
Bells?
an egg.
Yes.
1 second.
Should we try Jingle Bells? Bigfoot style?
Well, I might just float. Well, I might just go and astral project somewhere. Do a short one like the 12 Days of Christmas. There you go.
What are we doing?
I don't know any.
You don't know any Christmas carols?
Yeah, I'm lying. Obviously. So what are we going to do?
What's the best one? It's a difficult question, but what is the best one?
I only know like Boney M, Mary's Boy Child, and stuff like that.
I don't know that.
I know no religious ones. I know.
No, this is
You
one
want to
that
do
was
Mariah
in
Carey?
How about
Carey?
We can probably hit the high notes.
Yeah, definitely.
Someone by Frankie Stevens. Last Christmas by Wham. There you go.
Last Chris. Yeah. We're gonna do it. Yeah, you can put that one.
3, 2, 1, go.
Last Christmas,
Christmas,
gave you my heart, but the very next day,
he gave it away.
This year,
This
to
year,
save me from
year,
tears.
I'll
I'll
get
give
it
it
give it to someone
special.
special.
I'm willing.
God, that was awful. I'm never doing that again. What do you mean in time?
That was beautiful.
It was in time.
That was good.
I thought that was lovely.
Do you know what? We've gone over. We're on 2 hours 12.
We knew that was gonna happen.
Yeah, I knew it's going to go over.
Mhm.
So, have you got a Bigfoot t-shirt on?
I have.
Just noticed. I'm robbing that.
You can have it, brother. I actually got this last Christmas.
Hey. Was it to save you from tears?
Yeah.
Right. But this year you're going to give it someone special.
Yes. I was going to say it, but I knew. Yeah.
Oh my God. Synchronicity. That's
Yeah,
what
man.
we've got. We've got the synchronicity. And that's why it works.
Yeah. We're connected.
It is. Oh, it's been good, but do you know what?
On Helium, it don't matter if you can sing or not.
Yeah. I still can't sing even on Helium.
But nobody
Yeah,
can tell
I
you can't sing on Helium.
You can.
Everybody sounds like Elmo.
Yeah, there is that. I think I have got a bit of a headache from the Helium.
Can anyone else see stars? Is that
Stars.
just me? Is that just me?
With like little UFOs floating around.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Could be.
I've got a sore
Oh,
throat.
God.
See stars.
I gotta go out to dinner after this.
Oh no.
I'm ordering food when we finish this.
Yeah.
So, what I'm doing as well. We've got a couple of updates as well. I'm having a bit of a break from uploading it onto podcast. I'm just going to keep it on YouTube for the next couple of months. The podcast still going to be there. I'm just not uploading anything till February, Matt, until we start changing what we do and how we do it, until that becomes regular. So we have a new team member, don't we? So we have a resident DJ. No, we don't. I wish we imagine that. That'd be pretty wicked.
Joe's a resident DJ.
Yeah. We have a new in-house psychic medium clairvoyant. So with the with how it's going to change in the new year over the next 2-3 months, those that don't know, I know I've said it loads of times, but I will keep saying it until we get to the point. We're not going to be having as many guests on. It's going to be more like this. Tonight was kind of a trial on how we're going to be doing things in the future. We're still going to be having guests on. We're going to be having guests on for the members, like I said earlier, and we're going to be having guests on when it's just either me and Nicole or me and Tommy, or me. Sometimes it might just be me on my own, or all three of us, just depending on what we're doing, because obviously Tommy does a podcast, Nicole goes out investigating, she does the public meetups with it and goes to the what they call the meetups and all that. I've got Comic Con in my head. It's not Comic Con, is it? It's
Paracons.
Yeah, Paracons, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna with that, so it's just gonna be a mix of we're on whenever we're on, and whoever's hosting with who doesn't make any difference. It's going to be good anyway, regardless. So when we've not got a guest on and we've not got a particular topic to talk about, this person has agreed. This person has agreed to come on and do some readings. They've also said they'll do the readings on air, but you will have to talk to them because they do need to hear your voice. But they cannot guarantee that you will get a reading. Sometimes things don't go through. Like we were saying earlier, when we go out investigating, you don't always get stuff on camera. You can be there for 5-6 hours and get absolutely nothing. You can be there for 20 minutes and have non-stop end-to-end one thing after the other. So, and I do want to make it more fun and less boring. And with Tommy and Nicole on, as you've all probably guessed and seen and witnessed, that it is more fun and we do have a laugh and it's good. And I'm enjoying it again more now. I think I was getting bored of it just being me. Do you know what I mean? When I felt like I was doing the same thing week in, week out. I do enjoy it. I'm not saying that, but it just didn't have that momentum like when you first start doing something.
The spark.
But now it's just, it's how it is now is spot on. And it's the first time in 3 years, other than changing what we're doing, I don't want to change anything. This, how it is now, is absolutely bang on.
But not always on Helium.
Not always on it. No, I don't think I'll be doing it on Helium ever again.
Helium is the
or
way
any
forward.
other substance that I had. But it's like I said, it's the first time in 3 years where it's like, this is how I want it to be. This is perfect. It's absolutely spot on. And we can do different things. We can have the guests on. We can do different topics. And yeah, I just think it's working. And I'm even when we was bringing it all together, it's the dynamics of it all. But I'm so excited for what we're going to be doing in the new year as well. I cannot wait because it's just going to be different, and I don't want to do what everyone else is doing.
Are you announcing the resident psychic? Or not?
I'll let you.
All right. It was our guest from the other day who was totally awesome, Michelle Gray.
Yes. So
she was so much fun.
The Texan medium. So I actually had a telephone conversation with her this afternoon because I sent her a voice note and she messaged back saying, "Can we chat?" And we had a chat and we just went through how she wants to do it and how it would work and how, because I'd already spoke to you two about it and you guys were happy for it all to be done. So it's going to work. She's not going to be on every week. She's going to be doing her own stuff as well. And yeah, so we're just going to try different things. But I've been wanting to bring a medium or a clairvoyant in, but like I said, so it's bringing the right, like with you two, it's bringing the right person in at the right time. And it's just what you know when it's going to work, and that's just how it felt. And I think you guys agree as well, because the feedback that we got from that show was awesome. It really was.
Mhm.
So, yeah. So
For
thank
sure.
you. Yeah, definitely. And thank you everyone in the chat for making it what it is and having a laugh. And this is what I want to have more of a laugh, and it's really difficult to do when you've got a guest on. When that guest is being serious,
Yeah.
and I'm sat there, and like the other day with Umbra, and I'm dying inside,
Uh-huh.
and it's like, oh my god, I can't. And I was actually laughing while he was talking about stuff. I'm
Mhm.
like, please don't think I was laughing at you, because
Yeah,
I've got.
I mean, people are saying some, out there claims, and then like we're cracking up because of the chat and what they're saying.
Yeah. No, definitely not. You do
Come
not
on,
want to
Andy.
see that.
Come on, Andy, it's Christmas.
Okay,
Yeah,
you've got all
Christmas
that.
bad.
He's cheating. He's got like 3,000 hats. I've got one, and it's in the wash, and I wear it for work. So, yeah, not happening. Sorry.
You've got
Sorry,
your little
not
hat
sorry.
there. You've got your little hat there. The little Christmas one.
Yeah, you do have a hat.
Broke. I think that's what Guinea
Oh.
ate.
Probably.
Yeah.
Oh, before we go, before we
Yeah.
end things, it is my son's 15th birthday.
Oh, happy
So if
birthday.
everybody can give him a happy birthday, because I think he's watching.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
What's his
Happy
name?
birthday.
Kale.
Who?
Kale.
Kale.
Mm-hmm.
Happy birthday,
Happy
man.
birthday, Kale.
That's
Happy
awesome.
birthday, Kale.
I'll try and do one. My balloon's broke.
Make sure your mum lets you have a bottle of helium for your birthday.
Oh, we
He
should have
asked me,
sung.
if you have leftover, can I use it? Sure.
We should have sung happy birthday.
Yeah.
There's still time.
There's still time. Right, go on.
I'll
Got
try.
9 minutes.
My balloon's broke.
Oh,
Again.
Yeah.
we're singing again.
Sounds like a Hoover. It's definitely burning my hand.
I keep thinking it's my balloon leaking.
It's burning me, man. What's in this?
Right, you ready?
Hmm?
1, 2, 3. Happy
Happy
birthday
birthday to
to
you.
you. Happy birthday to you.
Yeah.
Happy
Happy
birthday.
birthday to Kale.
Happy birthday
Happy
to
birthday
you.
Hip hip.
Hey.
Hey.
Oh.
And that is never ever happening again. And I'm going to delete this video from the internet. Adam wants to know: do you sell transits? Who do you think got mine from?
Oh.
And thank you, everybody, for that. That's going to make his day.
Cool. Hey, Van's hat. That's what it was. Yeah. So, oh yeah. I hope he enjoys his meal later as well.
Mhm.
So, thank you everyone in the chat. We are maybe not on next Wednesday. Just need to balance it a little bit with everything that's going on. But I'm back next Friday. You two on next Friday, 29th?
I can't next Friday. It's my little girl's birthday and we're out for the whole day.
Aww. Then we can sing happy birthday. We'll save the helium tanks.
Yeah, if I can. Yeah. Yeah, we'll get the helium back.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'll try
But-
to. If I can, I'll try my best.
Yeah. So it'll be, they're always good, but it'll be a really good one next week. So yeah, this is I think the way that we're going to be going forward doing this. So that's why I was bringing a little bit in at a time, so that rather than just, oh, we're not doing this anymore, I'm just going to do that, and it might be too much. Even for us hosting it, it could be too much. So if you just do a little bit gradually, If it works, then we do it. And if it doesn't, then it's no biggie. We can just carry on doing what we're doing unless we think of something else.
Sounds like a good plan.
Yeah. So that is it, guys and girls. I'm going.
Everybody have a fantastic Christmas.
Yes.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Happy Christmas, everyone. I've just broke my balloon.
Aww.
It's all right, because
Horrible,
we're finished now. So, yeah. Happy Christmas, Tommy. Happy Christmas, Nicole. I know we'll speak to you before then anyway, but happy Christmas to everyone in the chat. Happy Christmas to everyone watching back. Thank you, everyone who's joined the membership, who's donated, everyone who gives their input, whether it's me chatting on the phone to you or you just sending me little snippets, people posting stuff on the Facebook group, just everything. It is all really appreciated. So thank you to everybody. Right, and on a sad note, we're gonna go. And I don't even have any Christmas music lined up. I've got nothing.
We'll have to sing again.
No, just your silence, I think. No, right. So, hey, there it is off. Right. So, gonna end it now. So, take care. Have a wonderful, wonderful Christmas. Don't get too drunk. Don't eat too much. Definitely do not do too much helium. Don't do any. It's bad for you. It gives you a headache.
See, disclaimer.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah. So take care, guys. Thanks again, and we will see you next Friday. On that note, happy Christmas and goodbye.
Merry Christmas.